Welcome back to Saga of the Three Kings. This is session 3 entitled The Basement. Last time, the group raided and stormed the castle of Fort Phalanx, the main fort portion proper. They found a secret entrance that led down into a sub-basement, or a lower tiered level inside of the tower structure of the fort. After killing a couple of individuals with cultish kind of garb, finding a couple of strange items of note, and saving a very grateful and obviously very charitable lord. They have now grouped inside of the main room and are preparing to move out. The last thing that the noble said, him and Spickel will, his bodyguard, so Eric Galagos and Spickel will stay with you. He will keep himself to himself and allow Gondar, the honor-bound, to lead. Unquestioned, they will not add anything of any kind to try and dissuade you from your activity at hand. That said, you are in that basement that I mentioned, and what would you like to do?
We have that basin of, what was the liquid in it? Some kind of milk, you said?
Moon milk water, and a bunch of us, I have 5 pounds of it, and others have other amounts.
Yeah, most of us emptied our water skins and replaced it with the moon water, because you can drink it, and then the benefit was if you use it as like a bomb on a short rest, you maximize one of your hit dice.
Right. Each pound equals an application, correct?
Correct, and you can apply once per short rest. You can't do multiple applications.
Yeah, I think we're ready to move up.
Do the same with
flash
my
dance the moon milk.
What was that about moon milk?
You can't flash dance the moon milk.
Correct. You cannot bathe in it. Or shower in it, more appropriately to your analogy.
I liked it.
I'm watching
I'm doing the same.
Are you
Filling my water skins.
Okay. Filling the water
I
skins.
thought we all did. Oh, okay.
I think only Grok and Benson had a chance to do it. Grok moved after that up to the prison's chamber and let Eric out. Before that, though, Shambles, Zach's character, was in the prisoner. He was the one who actually kind of made the forward motion on going up and checking stuff out, along with Raya. And I don't know if it's currently playing, but yeah, there we go.
I don't think it's wise to take a whole rest here, but I'm watching the stairs, so you guys let me know when you're ready to move.
I think we should move. They saw us come down here, didn't they?
Yeah, they definitely know we're in here somewhere, because they saw us in the courtyard, then we kind of disappeared, so they definitely know we were probably about.
Yeah, they shot at us while we went down the stairs, so they know we're downstairs.
Yeah, alright, that's the case, then now we'll keep moving.
Mm-hmm. We don't want to get trapped.
Don't forget there's a dragon on the way, just heads up, so eyes the sky.
Drake.
True. I just want to ask Eric while we go up, if he, while his time in the prison cell, if he saw them use this weird smoky purple liquid, and like if he knows what they use it for.
It's not a liquid that they're using, my lord Gondar. That's something that they're extracting from individuals. I believe it goes on the black markets as liquid pain, also known as agony. Not that I've tried it at all, but it's a pretty lucrative drug.
So it's like a drug?
That's correct.
Interesting.
Are these stone steps?
They are stone steps that head up. Do you wish to go alone up the top, or are you going to form a marching order up the steps?
Shambles is here. I'm probably just going to tap him on the shoulder and like tell him I'm going to move ahead a little bit. I'm going to go about 3/4 of the way up the stairs so I can see the floor above.
Okay. So what you're going to very quickly realize is that as you're kind of moving up the steps, it doesn't look like you're moving up into an open chamber or anything. It seems like the stairwell that you're in goes straight up into kind of like a pocketed 5-foot room with a kind of side opening, and you can't really see much out of the side opening. Basically, it goes up, and then from your perspective, on your right side, but on the map's perspective, on the left side, there will be a kind of entry into something else.
Okay. The ceiling above me, is it slanted the same way the stairs are?
It does slant directly over top of you. Yeah.
So it'd be fairly safe to assume that there's another staircase directly above this one.
Yes, perhaps.
That's my thinking.
Yeah, perhaps.
Then yeah, I will make my way as quietly as possible to the doorway at the top of the stairs.
But to assuage that, just to make sure, because I don't want there to be any knockback on future portions, go ahead and make me a history intelligence check.
Okay. I should probably open a character sheet.
Yeah, that might help.
History or intelligence? Or...
History intelligence, sorry. I'm in Friday mode. Just a history check. Okay, so what you'd be able to note is that the stonecraft here is very old Atavian, very Assyrian kind of build. What your presumption is that this sub-basement wasn't here before and was dug out by old Meridian cultists. And basically, the reason why it's dug out that way, they didn't dig out like a big portion and then dig in. They dug a hole straight down, diagonally, and then put stairs in. So the roof above you, it looks like it's pretty well fashioned, but you can see like the chisel marks where the workers kind of basically dug it down. So the ceiling above you may not have a staircase above it. It may be the case that this was just rent into the stone and then built inside of a hole that they dug out and pulled the stone out of the passageway that they built.
Okay.
All right. Are you heading up further with Shambles Bat on tow?
I don't know if he's in tow or not. I was just informing him that I am moving.
Okay.
I'll motion for Leon to approach the bottom of the stairs. I'll make my way part way up and wait for Rye.
And I am approaching the door at the top as quietly as I can.
I'll go ahead and start with you. I'm going to move you and only you to the next map. You should have a change in map view.
Yep.
So it's dark up here. Very dark. Let's see. You have a light source. You're still holding a candle, if I recall.
Yep.
Okay, so you definitely know that your light's probably shining around the corner.
Yeah, I'll be holding it. Well, now that the candle's been mentioned, we're still holding it. I'll have it at my back as much as I can to produce as little light as I can.
That's fair. If you come around the corner and kind of look out, what you see is a couple of posts that go from floor to ceiling, and they appear to have kind of strange kind of etchings in the ground. And above those etchings in the ground, they have what appear to be brass bars that run the length of the room, connected to these posts that are kind of centered throughout the area. To your kind of perception, it looks like some sort of gymnasium, like perhaps like somewhere where people might train. On the ground, there appears to be a mat of kind of similar to tatami, I can't pronounce things right. Basically just straw kind of weaved matting on the ground, and it looks like those have been nailed down to the ground with iron nails. You also notice that on a couple of these bars, there appear to be strings that have, or not strings, but like kind of ropes that have been tied to, but looks like some of them have been frayed open and cut, like something was tied to the metal here. As you kind of peek around too, if you want to pop out just one more square forward, I won't destroy you because of that. There does look like there is a small passageway that leads out into another room.
Okay, does that appear to be the only door in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the
And I
bar
would motion for
sorry, the bars look very similar in kind to you were a child once, so I presume you were on a playground at some point in your life. Basically, it looks like kind of like a bunch of bars that are kind of put up to kind of for no rhyme or reason, just all over the place in weird positions.
pull-ups and climbing and stuff.
And yeah, if you might have actually, as your character, you might have experienced these a bit, in training. Like acrobatics training can be performed here.
I would motion for Shambles to come on up with me. The room's clear, and I'll take carefully to the door. I'm not going to step on anything.
Anybody downstairs wanting to do anything besides?
Me and my boys will move up to the dungeon.
Okay.
Just because it looks like we're pretty much done in this little office.
Okay, yeah. If everyone's moving up, I would also move up towards the back, though.
Hold on a second here. I just.
John.
Yeah.
I set the rapier down on top of the straw mat.
Okay.
How'd that get there?
Yeah, perfectly fine.
Criminals.
Bear with me here. Alright, and then you said you and your boys, and then I assume after you and your boys it'll go Leon and the crew. That means Benson and Grok, yeah? And then way behind,
Sure.
it'll be Spickle and Eric. Okay. Bear with me here. Shambles, when you come up to the top, you see a very familiar looking rapier to you. The one that Raya had put in his bag.
I pull on a stitch in my lips. Signify
Sew it tighter.
quiet.
Funny.
Oh my god.
I don't see anything at the moment.
No, that's fine. I haven't moved everyone up yet. I'm going to do it piecemeal. But Shambles, you come up, you see the rapier. Do you do anything with it? Do you do anything with the metal bars, ropes, and such? Anything you want to interact with in this room before we move the next people in?
Nope, I'm staying down, staying low, and looking for cover.
And
You said that other door is to the north?
Yeah.
North end of this room?
Yeah, I'm going to cover
I'm
Raya
standing
looking
at it.
I'm going to cover Raya looking out at this point. Basically, just for you guys, just so you understand how the sequence will go, it's going to go new person arrives, old person gets to act a little bit more. Then it'll go new person arrives, old person who came up first gets to interact, old person who came up second gets to interact, and so on and so forth until we get everyone up. Okay? So, Raya, you look out the door and you see what looks like kind of just sundry kind of things all throughout the shelves that you're kind of looking at there. There's bottles that appear to be like rounded bottles of wine. There's a couple of bags that look like they kind of have a little bit of flour, and another one that has like a little bit of grain kind of peeking out or like dripping off of the opening of the bag. And you see that there's a book kind of sitting out near them as well. It looks like the book is covered with dust comparatively. It doesn't look like it's garnered a lot of use. But everything else on the shelf looks like it's been used heavily. From what you can tell, just based on that shelf, it might be the case that you're moving into a larder of some sort.
And I don't hear any movement or see anybody so far.
Doesn't sound like there's any sound whatsoever.
And that door is open, or it has a window in it? Which one?
Door is open. Yeah, you can move through it. It's basically just like an
I
archway.
can see through it. But it's there, so I wasn't sure which way.
It's similar to the door downstairs,
Okay.
where it looks like there was mountings for a door frame, like a door. But it's just like a door frame.
Someone's taking it off.
And someone's taking it out. Yeah.
All right, I'll step in there and let Shambles have this spot.
Okay. You will definitely see proper that the room has two shelves similar to the one that you've already looked at. A couple of small barrels that look like they are clearly marked with markings that you recognize from the town of Mudis. Very similar to the beer kegs that are kind of rolled into the tavern at Mudis. A couple of bags that look like they're similar to the bags that are open on the shelves already. A couple of boxes that look like they're sealed boxes of some type of foodstuffs. And there are three very large kegs, or rather kind of large containers for alcoholic beverages, beers or wine, you're not sure. Okay. Next up would have been no, not Leon. It would have been Gondar.
Was there a door in there?
There looks like there's a passageway to the north, and there looks like there's also a light, which you should be able to see, right?
Yeah, I see the light. Is there a doorway under the light?
There's two hall passages. The light seems to be connected to a 5-foot wide pillar, and there might be two. There's like two passes on the side.
Okay, I can kind of make it out. All right.
Okay. Next up was Gondar. Bear with me here. I'm just trying to make sure. This is also a test for me to make sure everybody's tokens are saved right on the character sheets. Alright. So, Gondar. You come up, you see Shambles kind of pressed against the wall. You probably catch the last moment of Raya kind of stepping out into the room to the north of you, and everything else I've described. What would you like to do?
Wait, so is this the block where Eric was and Spiegel were being held, or is this the next?
No, this is not the block that they were being held. They were being held downstairs.
Okay. Sorry, are these are just all a bunch of iron bars?
Brass bars, and yeah, they're
Brass
all at
bar.
like different elevations.
Interesting.
Does the light on his belt buckles that I cast still going, or has it been long enough?
It lasts for an hour, doesn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I didn't know how long we were down in there.
No, you haven't taken a short rest or anything.
Okay.
You'll note that Varrock is moving a little slow. Clapt is moving a little slower than normal, as he's got a lot of gear on him.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
No worries. Yeah, they'll post up here while we kind of take a look and make room for.
Okay.
Do you say this looks like a gym or like a gym?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like an acrobatics training room. It probably similar to something you have implemented in your own manor house. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, these guys work out. I gotta be careful.
It's probably the case that they do work out. Yes.
It's like they made this place for you to take, though.
I know, for real. They already got a gym. Mm.
God, this is great. Leon would have been next on the docket, I think.
The next room has free weights.
It's gonna save you a fortune.
Oh, I can't laugh harder because it really does. Okay, so Leon, next up. But before we get to you, Raya, would you like to continue movement, or do you want to stay in station?
No, I'm gonna push on.
Okay. If you move up to the stack of stuff, you'll see that it does look like it opens up into kind of a 15-foot by 10-foot hallway. If you step over 1 square more, you should be able to see kind of the cusp of what looks like might be a staircase up, but it's a well, like a spiral staircase. And it looks like there's a door on the right side just after the pillar column with the light on it.
I don't see anything resembling a spiral staircase. I see a door.
Your light is slower than I thought it was. If you step forward a little bit more.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, because you're 20, I think, is your max distance range-wise for sight. So you kind of move around to that corner, kind of like hold yourself behind the grains and such, look around the corner, see there's a door, see there's a thing. No sound seems to be coming from the door, by the way. All right, and then Shambles, what would you like to do?
I'll follow him in and kind of scout. I'll look through the boxes.
Okay. Leon, you come up the steps. You see Gondar. You see Clapt. You see Varrock. Looks like they're posting up. What would you like to do?
Do I see the other guys go into the next room?
No, they've moved out since...
Well, then I'm just gonna go to the next room. Oh, look, there they are.
Shh.
I guess hide in the corner.
Yep. Raya, what would you like to do?
You said I hear nothing at the door.
Nothing at the door.
Does this door? Okay, does that door have a slot in it like some of the other ones did?
No, this door is wood, no iron reinforcement, just the mounting.
I'm gonna delay for when Shambles is adjacent, and then attempt to open it as quietly as possible.
Okay.
Lifting up on it, taking the weight off the hinge.
Yep.
All that goodness.
All right, and then Gondar, or Shambles rather.
I'm gonna motion for excuse me, for Leon to set up a point south of Raya as I get into position near him.
Okay. He gets into position. You're opening the door at this point.
Yeah, do you want a stealth check on it or just open it?
Stealth check, please.
Can I, like, oblige them now?
You'll be moving right after Shambles is done, so yeah, go ahead.
Fuck. I guess I can't see from that. I guess I'm here.
Drop down one more. We just need you ready to shoot something.
It really just makes a visible line so everybody can see where the next person is. 17 on the door.
Sure. It's not locked or anything. It literally is, decently positioned. When you open it, it pops a little bit, like there's kind of a creaking sound, and you very quickly adjust to kind of sort out that problem. And when you open it up, you see inside there are a couple of targets on the far wall. If you step in, on your left side there are freeways. I wasn't even kidding.
Hilarious.
There looks like there's a training dummy with several dagger marks crossed out through it. On the far wall, there's a total of 6 rapiers, all of neat assortment, but all of different styles. Looks like there's an Elvish one, an Osirian Bravo style blade, a couple of Saryujan, like Wushu style blades, and just a very traditional fighting rapier. And then there looks like there is, let me double check here. Looks like there is a very large safe on the far wall in the corner opposite you.
Okay. I would move across the room to pick up the elvish-looking rapier
Okay.
and touch nothing else.
Okay. All
Oops.
right. So that was basically a reversion back up. So the door opens and then move over. I'll grab the rapier. That's fine. And then Gondar wasn't doing anything, right?
I'm gonna essentially push ahead and signal for Clap to follow me, and then Vera bring up the rear, and I
Got it.
keep escorting Benson when he gets up here.
Well, next on the list is Grok, actually. Grok, same description as the rooms I've described before. You see everybody kind of moving to the northern pattern.
Sure. I would just also want to look back to see what's going on with Eric and Spickle. Are they?
They're following behind Benson.
Okay.
Where's my token? I can't actually see it.
You haven't been dropped yet.
Okay, I was just curious. I was like, wait, what?
And my line of sight is a little weird. Is it possible to go through the door where I see Gondar?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do that.
Okay. And you see that everybody's kind of migrated over to the left side of the room.
Yep.
And yeah, you looked back over your shoulder as you were heading up, and you saw that Eric and Spickle were basically tagging behind Benson. And
Okay.
And then you moved to that position, and then back to the top. Raya, you grab the rapier, and what else? Anything else in the room or no?
No, I don't touch anything else in the room.
Shambles, again, another activity. The door, sorry, you moved up a bit. You can actually hear voices. You can't really make out any words that they're saying coming from the stairwell to the north of you.
I would end this turn here. I should have enough movement to do all that.
You would be able to hear the same.
Yeah.
The two of you can make perception. Actually, nope. Bear with me here. Make sure. I'm doing-
to make
Okay. You don't hear any words. It does sound like voices, though. You just don't know what they're saying. All right. And then Leon?
If Shamble didn't look in the room, I would point at the rapier I have and like sign that there are more of them in there if you
Is rapier good for me?
I don't know.
I don't even think you're proficient, Shambles.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Then if I hear voices, I'll sneak maybe a quarter, like up 5 or 6 steps, and try to listen a little closer.
Okay. As you kind of move up the steps, make a... No, hold on. You notice that there is grease all over the floor. On the steps. It looks like it will be a hard-pressed move up the steps for anyone who is not nimble or fleet of foot. Do you wish to continue up into the grease, or are you remaining where you're at?
How much grease is there?
About 10 feet square, as per the spell grease.
I was going to try to see if I couldn't make that more manageable for the others. But I don't think I have much in the way. I've got an extra set of clothes. Can I mop that up? Can I mop up that grease with these fancy clothes I have?
You'd have to move into the squares of the grease to kind of get into it and do it, and try to magically, or clean up magical goop, but I suppose you can try.
Just gonna make a mess. It's making it worse.
Just leave it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sneak past it.
You're gonna try and move up it. You mean?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second.
He's made of hay. How much noise is he gonna make falling down the stairs?
I mean,
I'm
fair.
a shouter.
Oh
I
my!
get very
God!
startled.
So, if you are moving through the grease, make a dexterity saving throw.
Dex saving throw. 23.
You manage to move through it just fine. You treat the terrain as difficult terrain regardless. If you're making your way up halfway, you won't be able to see anything because of the way that it coils. But you can definitely hear voices now more clearly, and it says, "I think I hear something. Be ready. Be ready with a torch."
Motherfuckers.
Perfect for you, Shamble.
Sucks to be the guy who made a straw out front.
Oh, it'll be great.
All covered in green.
If you are attempting to back away, you'll need to make a stealth check.
No, I'm gonna hold my ground.
In the grease.
And I'll just wait for the friends.
That's super
Yeah.
flammable. Okay. All right. Leon, you see Shambles go up. Raya kind of holding position. He's got a brand fancy new rapier and kind of gestures to the door like he got it from there. Anything you want to do?
Which is more flammable, grease or scarecrows?
Grease is more flammable suddenly.
It's way harder to light
I
grease.
guess like I go in here and grab a sword.
If you want to, you don't have to.
I mean,
There's also a safe.
a safe. Do I see
Leave
the
it.
safe?
Yeah, over
Leave
the
it.
corner.
We'll come back for it. Don't make unnecessary noise right now.
Shambles' life depends on it.
True.
Kinda.
I guess I'm just holding this position. I don't really want to charge up the stairs.
Wait,
Okay.
because once everybody's together, I need to tell them something.
That's what we're waiting.
Let's see. Gondar.
We'll follow these guys.
Grok.
And
Yeah, follow.
this is the weight room, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the room with the weights and stuff.
Get swole.
What kind of lock is on the safe? Is it like a twisty one, or is it like a padlock?
Having moved across the room, you would have to dash to get over there to find out. You can't see from here.
Oh, I'll go look at it if that's okay.
Not this turn.
Okay.
And then it'll come back around to the top. Benson, you make your way to the top. Right behind you is Eric and the cool kid. It's really dark here.
As people are coming up, I'm gonna tell them to bring bags of flour in with them that you said they were in there.
Okay. But first, Benson, it's completely dark in the room that you're entering into. I'm going to go ahead and say that when Eric and Spickel come up behind you, Eric is holding a torch.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and cast light on my ring, like
Okay.
just a small light.
Then, if you do that,
It would go out on the other one.
yeah, if you do that before Eric lights a torch, I'm going to go ahead and not have him light a torch then.
Yeah.
Snuffing the light out of Gondar,
Oh, where'd my crotch leg go?
activating the light on...
I need to see, bro. Sorry.
Just hang it with Eric. He's got a torch.
Okay. So what would you like to do when you first get up?
I'm gonna and when I come up, what are these guys doing? They're just hanging out. Wait.
So they came up with you, and then Varrock is over kind of waiting, watching everybody taking up the rear.
I'm gonna go ahead and move forward then quietly as possible anyway.
Okay.
To about there.
Well, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, that's fine. I'll allow that. But yeah, you're moving your speed for those in the future. Effectively treating these as turns sequentially. So they move behind you as well. And then to the top, Raya, Shambles went up. You are loosely aware of the fact that there's oil or grease on the floor.
So I want them to bucket line flour bags to me, and I'll empty the powder onto the grease. And especially those that are wearing metal boots, take the empty bags and put them over your feet so we can cross it easier.
Okay, do me a favor and make me an Arcana check.
8.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
I know. And then I'm going to cross the grease stealthily like Campbell did. Or whichever one. Would you need deck save to cross it?
Please. It was
yeah, Dex
yeah. Please do it right.
9.
You hear you hear Raya coming up behind you. He steps on the grease, on the first square of grease. And you hear a loud swoop, and then smash as Raya falls prone on the steps. Because there's no grease squares behind.
Hold on.
Hold on. What?
There's a marker for this. I need to add it.
Oh, fair enough. As you hear him hit the stone, up above you, you hear, "Now!" And then you watch as the top of the grease square is lit on fire. I would like Shambles to make a dexterity saving throw. I would like Riot to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, he's made of
7.
hay.
14.
All right. So, the two of you take 12 points of fire damage as the grease ignites. And this is fire that would stick on you, basically, or ignite objects, rather. So, Shambles, you take an additional 3 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And that said, Riot, you continue your...
I'm unconscious. If it's 12 points of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm unconscious.
So I would say that based on that, you kind of roll down the steps on fire and kind of drop off at the bottom. Shambles, if you're still at full hit points, you have agency. If you want to back away, you can. Entirely up to you.
Did I see the number of people that lit this thing on fire?
One person did it, but was commanded by someone else to do it. So at least 2 people are up there.
It's so slippery.
I'm gonna go ahead. Well, it's still on fire, the floor?
It's still burning right now. Yeah.
Are you still on fire?
Probably. Made of hay. It ignited
It's-
an object.
The best ignitable object.
I draw my sword, step forward. I'll try to stab the guy that's atop the steps.
Okay. 1 second.
Tank.
Hell with this.
Lit on fire. He's a Terminator robot, dude.
Then he can make
Terrifying.
them go on fire too. Ooh, just grab, hug him.
Yeah, dude, just
So-
get in there.
The
Full
second
intimidation.
the second the ignition hits and kind of lights off the top level, and you step forward, you kind of do so cautiously because you think it's still going to be slippery. It seems the slipperiness of it, like the slowing pattern of it, doesn't seem to be holding any longer. When you step into the area, you have to come around a corner and off the top of the steps to stab the first guy. I'm going to go ahead and move you into the pattern where you'll be able to see that. 1 second.
This has all been very audible, right? Like the ignition and I guess Rhea being like just rolling down the stairs.
And the smell of it. I'm sure we could smell it, right? Burning flesh, burning
It
straw.
smells like Halloween.
Even unconscious, I have a 20 dex.
So I need to come up with a couple of explanations for you here, Shambles, because they're going to be very important during this next turn of pseudo combat, and we'll roll initiative after this round. Everybody else will be able to get their actions off. So when you come up to the top of the stairs continue to go up to what would be the left of the screen. Your character's right. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You see the guy there?
Yes.
That's the dude with the torch. To
Okay.
hit,
Had a torch.
between him and the guy south of him, there is a wall. It's the well of the stairwell. There's a doorway to the your left in character, the right of the screen, and as you come up out of the fire, it opens. It looks like there are several other people behind columns and pillars, probably a total of 5 or 6, and you think there might be a guy behind the torchbearer in the stairwell up the stairs a bit. All right. Okay, so you can attack the guy with the torch if you like.
Going for it. No.
What'd you hit?
Huh?
What'd you roll?
No.
No.
I can see now.
No.
What?
What?
Are you beating him up?
Hang on, you just revealed more of the map. Did you do that by purpose, or...
Let me check. Yeah. The door opened.
Okay. Well then, if that's the case, I'm going to retreat back to where I was.
Okay.
And call down, there's 5 of them.
You have 40 hit points. Just get in there.
So,
Do I provide light?
real quick, before you do run off, the guy with the torch does. You don't. It's more of like
Why not?
It's more cinders inside of you because the hay is burning. It's not the clothes outside.
Blow on it.
But real quick note: the guy with the torch, he doesn't do anything because he's already acted, lighting the thing. You stepped up and were like, ah. The guy directly in front of you takes a shot. The guy next to him takes a shot, and the guy who opened the door takes a stab.
Fine.
The shot misses, super wide. Chill touch. 16 probably misses, right?
No, that'll hit.
Okay. You're taking 4 points of necrotic damage, and you can't regain hit points during the cycle. And then the dagger guy, what's a short sword rather? Hit. You're taking, 3 points of damage from him, and that'll reduce to 0.
That was 4 points of necrotic?
Yep. Only thing that did anything, and then you back away.
Yep.
That will
Fall
draw.
back.
That'll draw an opportunity attack from the guy with the torch. And he swings with an improvised weapon. 15 hit?
Dead on.
Oh, okay, cool. So you'll take 3 points of fire damage, and it's fire that would burn over time, so you take an additional 3.
So I get fire damage twice?
Whenever you take fire damage that says if it were a hit against an object that would burn it, like firebolt wording, if you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You take an additional 3 points of fire damage. That's the flammable nature, or whatever it was called, that trait for Scarecrow. Whenever you take fire damage that lingers on objects, because of your object kind of nature, you burn more. Okay, so I'm going to move you back downstairs. Your token should be placed as appropriate, and you can continue down the steps. It looks like the grease level is down. It looks like it's been burnt up mostly by the fire, and you're not moving through like a burning path either. It looks like it was very quick ignition.
Okay, that wasn't made clear before. I thought it was still burning when I was, heroically charging forward.
Yeah, fair enough. But now that you're rolling back down, you'll note that the fire seems to the grease kind of...
Cool.
That said, laying on the ground as you step over him is Raya's body slightly dying. Leon?
Can I drag Raya away from the stairs
Yeah.
to like maybe here? And
He fails his grapple check, and you can move him half your speed with you to a different point.
so like here.
And so, Jeremy, go ahead and move yourself over there. Behind Shambles. Okay, Gondar?
Oh man, Raya's messed up over
I'm gonna
here.
heal her next. Don't worry.
Okay, and you said the stairs are like the grease is
clear.
gone and the flames are out, right?
The fire is kind of just a one-off. It doesn't linger. It's just anybody who's in it when it catches gets hit.
Okay.
Turn to Gondar. 5 guys up there. 2 just inside the door. Watch your left and your right.
Okay. Well, I don't want.
Asshole with a crossbow up ahead.
Okay. Well, if I go up there, you're gonna back me up.
Oh yeah, I'm ready for round 2.
Or if someone else can heal him, I can throw a thunder wave up the door.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I can try to stabilize Raya if you want to just like flex your turtle power. Then my clap will back you up. Shambles will back you. Try to use like medicine to try to stabilize. But if I use some like pour the milk water over his like burns, would that
No.
help with the check at all?
No, it's a lingering effect that only helps in that way.
Okay. Then,
I
yeah.
could as a bonus action I could heal him, and then I could still do my action.
You can't cast more than one leveled spell on a turn.
I think one is a cantrip, isn't it?
Neither.
No, it's not. I can't. You're right. I can't do that.
If you had taken Spell Driver, you could have, but you didn't.
No, I can't.
Yeah,
do
I
that.
like your
Okay.
idea, Andy. Like to go just blast him. Let us worry about stabilizing.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to stabilize him. So that's medicine, right?
check, yep. If you
I
have
can bleed for 3 whole rounds before I die.
possibly one.
There, you're
Okay.
fine. You're still at 0, but you're not dying.
You kind of pull a bit of his cloth away from him and kind of wrap it around the burn with I guess a little bit with the moon milk. That's fine, but it doesn't do anything special.
It's for flavor, you know, because he's burned. So I'm like, oh, I gotta, whatever. And then after I do my CPR or whatever, I'll look to Grop, be like, yeah, do your thing. We'll back you up. Don't worry.
Okay. So Gondar, go to Leon next, or did I already cover Leon?
He dragged him.
Yeah.
That's right. And then so Grok.
So 5, 10.
5.
So what do I see
15,
exactly in
20,
front of me?
25, 30. It's 30 feet to the top of the steps. You see steps that cycle up. So you need to go up a spiral staircase to get up to where you'll be able to see anything. You have to commit to that, though.
Would I have to go through the fire at that point?
The fire's gone.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go up to the top of the steps and...
It's exactly for you, 30 feet to get to the very top of the steps. Is that what you want?
I have... Is that what I want?
Yeah.
So can I launch my...
So you'll be able to decide
Thunderwave
what you want
if
to
I'm
do.
not at the...
You'll be able to decide what you want to do with your spell once we move you to the next point. But to go up to the very top of the spiral staircase where you were moving from, it's exactly 30 feet. I've already counted it off. So before I move you to the next
I understand.
I just want to make sure you're committing to that 30 feet of movement because there's no...
I'm not necessarily committing to that. So I understand from what the other said that there's like 5 people up there.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't get a little bit below the 30 feet where they can see me and shoot off something?
You'll
or
see
do
why
I have
you
to actually
can't
be
do
able
that when I move you to the other map. It's a spiral
Fine,
staircase.
I'm
It's enclosed.
I'm at, just folks, I have like 12 hit points, so just keep that in mind. I'm first level, but I will do that. I'll go
Okay.
all 30 feet.
All right. When you come to the top of the steps, you see what you see.
Okay.
To the
So
left,
I'm gonna.
there's a guy with a torch. It seems like there might be a guy behind him, but you're not sure. And then to the right, basically you can kind of see where Shambles stood, which would be 1 square more in front of you. There's a bit of hay on the ground from where they hit him for the necrotic powers and where he was kind of burning out. You can see that there's a couple more guys south of you. You presume that the majority of the guys he was talking about are south of you. But that space that you're in is exactly 30 feet
Got it.
on the nose.
So I want to fire a thunder wave into that area.
Okay. So Thunderwave is a 15-foot cube out from you. Can you click the spell for me? Oh, I need the wording. I don't know if you can do that anymore. Hold on. One specific, very important thing I need to know.
I'll find it.
Got it. Okay. So when you detonate the thunder wave, it's going to strike 2 people because the other ones are behind terrain and it's bursting down from you. So only the guy just outside the door and the guy just around the corner are going to be affected by it because of the way you're pulsing it. You're pulsing into the square diagonally south of you, and the other ones are kind of in defended positions.
That's fine.
So, saving throws. Success and failure. Okay. The guy in the doorway, you see him kind of get knocked back and slam into something and then kind of move back into the same square. It looks like he took the brunt of it, but he couldn't be pushed back because there's a desk behind him. And then the guy, you kind of hear, ooh, but not like a full-on blast thud from the guy behind.
So
The get pushed to from the wording.
right,
You only get pushed if you fail.
right.
Unsecured objects that are completely within the blast also get pushed 10 feet.
It's bolted down just like the desk downstairs.
So I would yell down to the group, push up now.
All the stuff on the desk is fucked up. Yeah. Okay, so that was Grok. It'll
Paperwork everywhere.
go down to Benson is the last on the roll.
I'm trying to read what this does. This isn't in the compendium.
It's okay.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and try to push up as well.
Okay. From your position, let me double check. From your position, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 is your movement speed, right?
30.
Yeah, Riverbank, okay. You would be able to get right behind him. So I've stolen your token for a reason. Okay. You won't be able to see anything at that position, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I not see anyone? Like
You
all our
literally
guys?
see it's turtle shell is all you can see.
Okay. Cool. I'll just keep moving up and trying to help push.
You're dashing?
No. I don't. No. I'm gonna move up to there and wait
So-
for my next turn.
Okay, you're behind turtle shell. Got it.
Right.
Cool. Sorry, hold on.
I'm also going to go ahead and if I cast that, I'll take away my. No, I'm good. I'm gonna hold until I can see.
Okay. Schmickel and Eric kind of move into the back line in front of Clapton Barrock. If Clapton Barrock want to move forward, they can.
I was going to say, can I NPCs act at like the bottom of the initiative?
Yeah.
Because Varrock would just square up behind Benson, because yeah, he's been commanded to escort him.
Just put him on the first stair of the steps there for on purposes here.
Yeah, and then yeah, Clapped will essentially square up, ready to follow me up the stairs.
Okay. Because we have a combatant on the top floor with me, initiative is going to play out very strangely at this moment. Okay? Because you're technically not engaged below, even though you kind of are, but because of the way initiative rolls between multiple maps, I'm not going to try and roll between the two. And I know I sound funny right now. My wife's taking a shower. Hold on. So, that said, right. It's just me and Andy at the top level. I'm going to put up an initiative tracker and move us to that map for the kids to watch at home. That should do it. And Rock, you've rolled initiative.
Sure did.
All right. I have no idea why it's not popping my bandit map. Bear with me. All right. Okay. Oh, Bandit just jumped on there a whole bunch of times. Let me get rid of this one. Alright. Okay. That looks right. Okay. So you, standing in the doorway there, see someone kind of enter into the space from outside of the blast area. Move his hand up and cast Chill Touch on you. 12 misses your massive AC.
Yep.
Alright. You then watch as the bandit who got slammed against the desk behind him, the bandit to the north of you, and the bandit around the corner, I'll step in and kind of sequential movements. One of them will provoke an opportunity attack if you have a weapon drawn.
Yep.
Go ahead and take that. It'll be against the one that comes around the corner at you first.
16 to hit.
That'll hit the bandit. Go ahead and deal damage. He'll get his attack first. But yeah.
11.
Okay. So, let's see. That'll kill him, but he gets his attack off before he's attacking and then moving away and then moving away, so it's getting him punished. So basically he comes in with his sword and he kind of swings it at you. You kind of move your shoulder, you kind of duck your head in a little bit inside of your shell. You watch as the sword hits and you see the reverb kind of like cause his wrist to twist and the sword goes spiraling off. Benson, behind you, you hear a "oh!" as the sword goes over Benson's head, and he loses it in the fumble, and then he's like, "Oh shit!" and tries to run away, and you're like, "Clobber!" and he just falls to the ground.
I rocked him up.
In that position. The other ones, a little perturbed by that, still step in and get their attacks off. That's 2 bandits. 13 miss, 22 will hit.
Yeah.
You're taking 6 points of slashing damage. The first one kind of cuts across the belly of your turtle shell, and the last one kind of comes down at the top of your head and kind of just scratches against your cranium a little bit. All right, and then the bandit captain. As they all move back into their positions, the bandit captain steps to the top of the steps on top of the corpse. Done. Just squares off with you face to face and says, "Go back to the basement, it's where you'll die." And he comes in with a full itinerary of attacks. 24, 18 misses, right?
18 misses.
And 24. So you'll be taking a total of 13 slashing damage as he cuts it to you.
Oh, I'm way down.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
So real quick, Benson, 2 options. You can let him slide past you, or you can try and keep him up in this position.
I am going to try to keep him up.
Well, no, not standing. Like, he can either slide past you down the steps, because it's turtle shell. I don't imagine him falling prone on steps and staying on steps. I can't posit how that works in like a material.
I also have a hard time imagining how Benson will be able to prevent me. I'm 500 pounds.
No, I understand. That's why I asked him. Do you want to try and keep him like stayed there, like kind of twist him or turn him? Or do you
guess my thought process would be is try to kind of grab him, but as I touch him, cast guidance on him so he can maybe make a dexterity saving throw and help him stay up.
He's dying. He's not conscious. Oh. He's not conscious. He's literally coming at you like a bunch of dead weight. So
then, yeah, no, I'd get out of the way.
Okay, so Grok goes power sliding.
Good idea.
The way behind. I'm gonna go ahead and remove you from the map there. All right, because he'll gain a bit of speed by the time he gets to the bottom of the steps. Gondar, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw or a strength saving throw, your choice.
Oh Lord.
The fucking Koopa shell, dude.
I knew this was going to happen. Oh, thank God.
Okay. You can go ahead and move 1 square forward. And you basically jump over the sliding turtle, and you hear, "Hah!" and then you kind of turn back behind you, and you see Spickle just stop him dead in his tracks. He looks hurt! Okay. 1 second.
Oh, Spickle. His master of observation.
Alright. You're not technically in the square that you're in showing, Chody. You're 1 square down from that step point, but you can kind of see, now that there's not a turtle in the way, what's above and beyond. If that helps you kind of decide your life choices. You watch as the bandit captain kind of places his scimitar underneath his arm and kind of wipe the turtle blood off of it.
While he's halfway in that, I'm going to cast Mind Spike on him.
Okay.
What's that do?
I'm going to blast his freaking head open.
Nice.
Uncast. at level 3.
Okay.
So DC 14.
All right. That's a failure. So I'm going to be giving you control of his token so that you can always see where he's located and give him visibility, because that's what Mind Spike does. However, now that I'm giving you control of him, I'm trusting you not to start moving him around like a crazy person.
I'm just going to tell you that I want him to kill his people.
That's not how Mind Spike works.
Wait, what?
Mind Spike
You don't
says
control him, he's
always
giving you
know
control
where
of the
his
token.
location is.
Oh, okay. And then it does 3d8 psychic damage, right?
He took the damage. He's not falling over from that. You always know where
Okay.
that bandit captain is. Let me test it real quick. Do you see him, right?
I'd see where the same way I saw him before, yes.
How about now? Do you see him at the bottom of the map?
No, I see the same thing. I see the guy with his hand.
1 second. How about now?
There, now I see him.
You always, no matter where he goes, you will always know where he's located.
Cool.
Okay, Mind Spike works. Perfect. That's the bandit captain, and then you were acting basically in the chain below, and I let it go because it sounded cool. That said, back below, Turtle Shell Nonsense, Varric in the hole. Is Varric moving up?
Varric is always put behind Benson, like, unless, yeah.
So he's
Hold
very, very much in the same position that Benson was in just a moment ago with Grok. He is not able to
Yeah.
advance further.
Yeah, Chris, like, you know that he's essentially been commanded to follow. So if you want him to, like, get in front of you to be, like, a meat shield, like, he'll do it. He's been commanded to protect you.
Yes.
That'll happen. That exchange. If you say yes, if you want that exchange to happen, I will move Varric in front of you and push you back. You'll not be able to see again because you'll have a big old fucking half-orc this time in your way.
That's fine, but I'll know the guy's in front of me. I'll know where the captain's at.
Got it.
Still better than getting shot in the face.
Yeah, and if you allowed Varric take an action or whatever on the pseudo thing, yeah, he would just put his shield up and take the dodge action. Essentially, he's literally, like, meat shield mode for the
Okay.
trying not, and also, yeah, himself trying not to die, but...
Of course. Okay, then Gondar, action.
Yeah, I'll essentially signal to Clapped to follow me, and just as a free action, I'm gonna look at Leon and say, get the turtle on his feet, and then come, like, follow.
Literally, you move 5 feet, and you are stopped by Benson. You can see just over Benson and look at Varric's back. That's literally all you can see up the diagonal.
Well, like, isn't the staircase, like, really... I thought it was, like, 30 feet of spiral.
No. It's not that high. It's 5, 10, 15, 20 feet of spiral. Literally up.
Can I get past them?
You can get into...
Or is it too narrow?
You'll get into Varrock Square, but you won't be able to advance past that. So the only way for you to do anything is you need to be able to move up and then have enough purchase to move back. You cannot willingly stop in a owned square unless you have a trait that says you can.
Alright, can I share Varroc's space for a second, perform an action, and then
5,
fall back?
10, 15, 20.
Then I have 15 more to move back.
It'd be 20 to get to the top. What's your speed?
30?
You wouldn't be able to do it because it'd be 20 up to the top, and then you'd need 15 to get back to the base. You wouldn't be able to pull it off.
And I can't see anything if I share Benson's space, right? Besides Varroc's back.
You could barely make out the bandit captain, but he'd have like 3/4 cover. Basically, you'd be throwing around a corner, kind of.
Varric and Benson are adjacent, right?
No, they are adjacent, but they've switched places. It's Varric up front. He's
Right.
kind of
So
blocking.
if he can get in Varric Square, take an action in that square, he should only need 10 to get past Benson to come back down.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. So 1, 2, 3. No. Sorry, I had this right. The reason why it's that is because each square up is 2 squares. It's difficult terrain up steps. It's not normal movement. That's sorry. Apologies. So from that first movement, you can move into the first square fine. Then it's 10, and then it's 20, and then that's where Benson's located. So
Okay.
yeah.
Um,
Thank you for helping me try to explain that better. Does everybody have it now?
essentially, yeah, from what I've heard, there's just not enough room on the stairs, and we need to push out into the landing, essentially.
It is a bottleneck. That is correct.
Okay, then Yeah, I guess I'll try to get as high up as I can. Even if the guy's 3/4 cover, I might as well try to hit him.
Okay.
It's better than doing nothing.
Chakram shot.
Yeah. That'll miss.
You throw it. It kind of bounces, hits behind him over his head, and then kind of whips back around to you. Missing.
I'll catch it and move back, and then yeah, is this a free act? Varrock, you got to push forward. We can't fight in these quarters. And I guess he'll just nod or growl or whatever orc man does.
Mm-hmm. All right. Real quick. Then you would be here, right behind him. That works.
Yeah.
And then, Shambles, have you done anything yet?
No.
Okay. What would you
I'm
like
going to try to stabilize Grok here.
Okay. Medicine check.
Pack some hay. in his
10.
wound.
That's enough. And Raya, you're still at 0, right?
Yeah, I'm just sleeping.
Okay. All right. And then you are stable though, so good deal, good deal. And then Leon.
Can I cure wounds the turtle?
Yeah.
Boom.
Nice.
Okay. You see Eric kind of look ahead, holding his. Did someone give him his rapier? No.
Well, he would have had to
He
pick
probably
it
found
up.
it.
He found. Oh, nobody picked it up. Okay,
One of
so-
those bandits dropped it somewhere.
Yeah, he has it, and some extra Gondor clothes, and he kind of looks ahead. It kind of takes a defensive posture. Him and Claps kind of look at each other, and then they look back behind them, and go ahead and make a perception check with Clapped.
6.
16.
He thinks he hears something coming up from behind or something below, making a lot of noise.
Yeah, essentially he'll train his arbalist onto like where we came from, and then yeah, alert the lord, the merchant lord. My lord,
He nods his head. I hear it too. Quick, help me! And he runs over to these boxes and starts kind of grabbing them and pushing like the biggest ones he can find towards the passageway. Does Clapped help him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he does.
The two of them start heaving and hoeing, and Speckle goes, me! And runs past Leon as he's healing. You see the exchange happening, Leon, as it's unfolding behind you. And very quickly, in the 6 seconds there, they're able to kind of push all those boxes. I'm not going to, there's nothing for me to move, but slide them all over so that they're blocking that passageway. All right. Now we're going to go back to the top, the real initiative unfolding up above, which I'm going to remove. Well, I've already removed Gratz from. You should be able to select your token. And Steve, I'm going to be moving you so that you're seeing from Varrock's point of view. Varrock's point of view, I mean.
Yep.
So, can you see all right?
Yeah, just barely.
Go ahead and roll initiative with Varrock. And Benson, go ahead and roll initiative as well.
I don't know. Does Varrock have his dark vision?
No,
Normal?
I don't think he does. Hold on. Good point. I took the sight away from you because I don't want you to be able to see from their perspective all the time because it's kind of weird.
Yeah, for sure.
But for this, it's fine. All right, you both on there? Cool. Varrock's first. He took the dodge during his last turn. I mean, if he wants to keep that up, he can.
Yeah, he'll simply he can't really push forward. This guy's in the way.
If you take the shove,
Is there space right here?
yeah, there is. If you take the shove action, you can try and push him back and step forward.
And I can just step right here to like create an opening.
You cannot move diagonally through a wall and a person. There's a wall south of you.
Oh, true. Yeah. Actually, what's his AC or his strength? It's not.
He's not
Yeah,
he's not the meatiest.
No, but I did command him to make room for us, so I think that would make sense for him to try to follow my command as best he could.
Give me a strength athletics.
Yeah,
check.
well,
Strength.
just be strength. He flubs it hard.
Yep. Basically, he pushes in on the bandit captain, who crosses his blades and kind of holds against the shield, pushing down, and he kind of feels like a foot pressing against the shield as well. So he's kind of coming up the steps, and the bandit's like down on him. As he's doing that, the cultist from behind casts a spell, kind of moving into a position behind the bandit captain, casting it down onto Varrock. Varrock needs to make a wisdom. Let me double check. And Benson, actually, you'll be targeted by this too. The two of you need to make charisma saving throws.
$15.
Success.
Varrock is a 3.
You see him cast a spell, and you see him holding up a weird symbol in his hand. And it appears to be kind of like this strange, like, bronze symbol with a draconic rune kind of carved into it. Kind of holds it up. As he does so, you feel a wash of kind of evil energy pass over the two of you. And Varrock, you see kind of a moat appear above your head that seems to be like a small little dragon just going over top of your head. As a badass magician, you recognize the spell, Chody, as Bane. Varrock has a D4 that subtracts down from any of his checks moving forward. Okay. Since he can see you effectively in this position, and Varrock is, I mean, he's big, but he's not like a big turtle shell. You can kind of see past him a little bit. If you want to go ahead and take an action, Chody.
I couldn't find Firemind's research. What is that?
It's from Gathering Magic. You don't have that?
No, I don't.
Oh, I'm a bad boy. Go ahead and just take that spell off and put something else in its place.
That's a very
And buy my books.
I'm your Patreon, man. I should get all of them, shouldn't
No,
I? What's
can't-
that?
I can't give people books for Patreon. That's illegal.
Oh, I thought you did that before. My bad. My
no,
bad.
I've never done that in my life. Chody on live
Sorry,
TV.
I
It's
don't know
never
what you're talking
happened.
Nope. Never. I don't know what's going on. I bought.
Fair enough.
I'll have to get a spell later. He said Bane does -4 to all his checks, right?
1d4, yeah. It'll be
1d4.
a D4 off attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. I think. No, it's just attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and cast guidance on him, just so we can hopefully negate that Bane a little bit, or
Okay.
hopefully try to.
As a bonus action.
And then, right. And then I'm going to actually, they can see me, right? I'm kind of at the corner.
You're covered, but yeah, you can kind of see them. They can kind of see you.
I'm going to take one step back so that I'm actually hidden behind the wall.
Okay.
And try to stay close to the wall to where if somebody wants to get around me, they're not going to have an issue getting around me.
You still have an action. Do you want to use it?
Is that not casting guidance?
You can cast guidance as a bonus action with palmistry.
Oh, I thought you said he was a bonus action. Oh, yeah. Then before I'm going to cast... let's do shield on him as well.
Shield is a reaction spell only for you.
I'm killing it, man. Let's go chill touch then.
Okay. On the bandit captain or the cultist?
The bandit captain.
Shoot.
16.
Hits.
11.
Pretty well wounded.
Then
But
take
still,
a step back.
but still standing. Okay. And you, as you kind of step underneath the stone, you can see this kind of glowing aura of where you know him to be. Basically, think very Overwatchian or any kind of video game you've ever seen. You can see the glowing outline of where he's located. All right.
Okay.
Bandit number 1 and number 2 are both going to step in and attack. The first one will provoke an opportunity attack when he retreats away. I don't know why this keeps rolling on the outside. That's weird. But 15 hit Varrock, no?
Nope.
All right. And then... let's see. The other bandit... that should not be rolling out in the open. Why is it doing that? Miss. Okay. Always whisper roll. Test. Okay, that's broken. That's apparently broken. Next, then we go to the captain, who will attack the half-orc. Scimitar, dagger. The scimitars both are under 20. The dagger is a 20 exactly. 5 piercing damage to Varrock.
Uh-oh.
Is he down?
Exactly enough.
Okay, same question. Oh, Benson stepped down before. So Varrock is going to hit the ground. He's not going to slide down. He's going to hold his post there. He's not turtle shelled or Koopa Troopa. Okay. On 20, Varrock needs to make a death saving throw.
He doesn't have a button for that. That's just a straight D20.
Yeah.
Doesn't get your con modifier. It's just a D20.
D20 roll, and 10 or higher is a success, and anything lower is a failure.
Yep.
One failure.
Fail.
Okay.
My guy starts chanting and doing finger magic.
All right.
Thank God for finger magic.
Oh man.
We don't have anybody on the top level, so I'm just going to move you guys back
Pull
down.
this stuff right off.
Okay. So Varric is at the top of the steps. Benson, you are aware that he was getting pummeled before you left. The others will not act. They'll basically just be readying, cycle through, removing all turns as we're clearing out of initiative and technicality. Back to the bottom and just sequencing through in order there. So Zach, first thing you'd like to do?
I need to get up there and protect Benson.
Benson's coming down the stairs.
He's coming back down for sure.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Grok is back on his feet, right?
Correct.
Well, he's not. He's not standing yet. He is.
He's
healed.
He's up. He's conscious.
Yeah. Oh, yep.
Does it look like Gondar is headed to the top of the stairs?
What does it look like? Steve?
That's exactly what it looks like. It looks like Gondar was, from what you could tell and from the way he was talking, it sounded like he was trying to push up the stairs, like kill people and like take out these bandits, but there just wasn't enough room.
You're
But
pretty.
yeah, it looks like he's raring to go.
You got a bit of a combat sense. Benson's coming down the steps, kind of like angling past you, and as you're kind of getting in behind where he was, you see and hear kind of Varrock fall, kind of laying prone in his position, bleeding, and you kind of hear like it's bad. Whatever hit him, it's a solid hit. But yeah, Shambles, you're aware that the combat's engaging. Do you want to try and cut past Gondar and get up there first, or do you wish to stay down here and let Gondar go first?
I'll cut past Gondar. I'll see if I can't make a little space for him.
You should be able to occupy Varrock's space right now if he's...
Yeah, I'll stand
Bro.
over him and fight dickhead.
Yeah, get him.
You come up to the top of the steps and you see this bandit captain. And looks like he's got a whole bunch of people swarming in around him. Not much space for you to move him around at all, from what you can tell. Make a perception check for me, and I'll try and allow for something really cool and cinematic.
8.
You're not perceptive enough to see the cool opening that I was going to allow.
That's fine. That's okay. I'm gonna stab this guy though, if that's all right.
Yeah, go nuts.
It's also gonna be cool. 21 to hit.
Hit.
9 piercing.
Okay. You cut towards the stomach, hoping for a death blow. He kind of wiggles to the side, and you kind of cut into him. It looks like it does the amount of damage that it dealt. It doesn't look like he avoided anything. It just looks like he's a bit more of a heavy than the others you've seen so far.
And I'm gonna punch him in the neck.
Go.
20.
Yep.
6 bludgeoning.
He kind of cracks back and kind of whips back in with his 2 weapons.
And I'll wait there.
Okay.
Gondar's got my back. Got nothing to fear.
All right. So Gondar, from your current position in the stairwell, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, you'd be able to move into Shambles' space and then step behind Shambles.
Yep, that's the plan.
Okay. Let me go ahead and put you up on the top there. This is a tight fight. You should be able to see the map again, as you recall it.
Yep. Let's do it. Karambit. 25 to hit
Hit.
for 10 damage.
He's still standing.
Okay, let's go in with the sword breaker.
Alright.
27 to hit for 9 more.
You have 2 weapon fighting at your fighting style, right?
I have precision.
Okay. You don't add your dexterity modifier to your offhand weapon, so it'll be 3 plus 2
Oh.
is 5.
Okay, so it'd only be a 22 to hit then.
Oh, no. You still add to the attack roll. You don't add
That's
your dexterity
damage,
modifier to the damage. And so your damage for your
Okay.
offhand attack will always be the dice plus 2 because of your fighting style.
Okay, so we're minusing 4 from that, so it'd just be 5 more piercing damage.
Yep, he's still standing. And you are
Shit.
forced to back away, which provokes an opportunity attack.
Does.
And
Damn, if he had died there, it was gonna be cinematic as hell. Because I was gonna jump off the wall and just stab him in the neck.
do
He's
better.
so thick.
Yeah, he's a captain.
So's Gondar,
Well,
I assume.
all right. He scimitar attack, I think. Hit for 4 damage.
Just a flesh wound.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I will go downstairs eventually, but because of the sequencing, ready actions are going to trigger off against the 2 that popped up. So we're talking chill touch, miss. 2 dagger swingers. This will be against Shambles. Shambles, you'll have 1 opportunity attack as they back away from you, but they're basically rotating in, stabbing, and backing out. 2 of them do hit you. Go ahead and make an opportunity attack against the first one.
16.
Hits him. Go ahead and give me that damage for that bandit.
9 piercing.
Okay. Right. As the one comes out from the door behind the captain, comes in with the blade, he deals 5 points of piercing damage to you, so 2. And then as he kind of backs away, you kind of hook around with the short sword and catch him on the back of the neck, sending him spiraling back into the doorway. The other guy comes around, brings his dagger in, and hits, dealing 7 points, so 4 for you. Kind of cutting into your coat and tearing a bit of it away, revealing the innards, and he goes, "What the fuck?" as he realizes you're not a person.
Where's that torch guy?
That's that guy.
I want to stare at him the whole time.
And he holds the torch out, and he'll take a bonus action to swing it. He misses.
Good.
He misses wide. But yeah, that'd be the guy to the north of you. The guy that's like right up in the stairwell.
All right. Pecking order.
That's the guy who dies.
He
last.
dies. No, he dies last.
Oh, okay, got it.
If he dies,
If we let him die, okay.
I want Eric to watch.
Fuck me. Okay, so downstairs, Grok, you're up. Shambles isn't there anymore. Leon, you're up as well
Rhea is unconscious.
and stabilized. Yeah.
Could I do something to like cure wounds?
Go ahead. You want to stand up when you do it?
Oh yeah.
Just lay down.
Lay down beside.
Lazy healer.
Just give him a good heel
Just sort
cuddle.
of
Spoon.
Just
spoon
a
him.
cuddle pile.
Oh god.
11.
11 hit points
Oh,
back. to
full
Ryan.
hit points. I'm back.
All right, and
We'll
Leon.
do it now.
That's
You
full.
You want in on shenanigans?
Yeah.
I can get to here, but I doubt I can get all the way up the stairs, right?
You can get behind Gondar. He's not technically in that position right now. He's up behind Shambles, who's at the top of the steps. So you can move up so that you're behind Gondar. What that allows for you to do is next turn, you can move into Gondar's position and take a range attack at whoever's on the top step, and then move back into your position.
Sure, let's do that.
Okay. All right. Back to the top. We're going to go ahead and bring up the initiative tracker again and roll initiative.
Everybody again? Jeez.
No. Just Gondar and Shambles.
Cool.
Me, I've never been on it.
Uh-oh. Alexa, play on titles.
And I'm just going to go with the initiative I had last time.
When do you want me to roll?
Not now. Okay. What's your dexterity modifier, Shambles?
Sorry, 3.
Okay, cool. The cultist from behind you, he is going to cast a spell. Let's see what he's got. Interesting. Let's see. No, he's actually just gonna. Huh. Yeah, he is going to touch the bandit captain's back and say, remember what you're fighting for. The bandit captain, you see this kind of look of euphoria kind of go on his face, and he goes, yeah, I haven't forgotten. And it looks like he's kind of healed or readied, in some way kind of benefited from that.
When you say, like, does it look like he's stopped bleeding or his wounds have closed at all, or it just looks like he's been inspired? Or...
It looks like he's gained more threshold for pain. Yeah.
False slave.
Temporary hit points. Okay, Gondar, you are going to need to step into Shambles' position to get any kind of fun times.
Okay. Whatever. It's time. Oop, stab.
This is the one.
Break them.
Key. Oh, hey, it did.
Shit.
There we go. That's the thing. That's what I wanted to do. All that damage.
Holy moly.
All right. So
12 plus 6.
18.
18.
real quick, your critical result is incorrect, and I'll modify it later. And here's why: the 3 should be a 4. You always maximize weapon dice on crit damage for this game. So 6 plus
19.
13 is 19. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, that's awful. That's cool. It's
How-
so dead, right?
How do you want that to happen?
Fuck. I want to. There must be some good. What do you say? I haven't forgotten what I'm fighting for.
He said, "Don't forget what you're fighting for." Yeah. He said, "I haven't forgotten."
Said I didn't forget.
Pop out between my legs and say, "Remember me." It'll be great.
I don't know. I can't even think of a good line. You know what? I'm just gonna do something cool. Instead of like pushing past Shamos, I literally like jump off the wall and just like cut his neck. I guess that's what I've been doing, slicing people's throats.
So you kind of hop up past Shambles, bring the karambit down into his neck for kind of like a tear. You don't get it right, but you feel it kind of impale into his head, and on the upstroke, you feel it latch underneath his jaw. You kind of just push him down to the ground. Do you want to take his position?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. You are now in between a cultist and a bandit with a torch and a dagger.
Who's the one that got opportunity attacked by Campbell?
Again, the bandit to the north, guy to the south. You don't know.
Oh, I didn't see who he stabbed.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like the cult. He's doing magic, and magic's bad.
Can't have it.
And the guy,
But at the same time,
the guy that
I'm not gonna stab. I'm gonna actually second wind because I realized what my health is.
the guy who Shambles killed, as you're kind of taking your purview of everything, is the guy in the doorway who's bleeding out, And yeah, as a response to you moving into that square, the bandit directly south of you is going to take a shot. The cultist kind of ducks below as the shot comes through.
Can I take my bonus action first?
Yeah.
Just
I'll allow it. I'm a nice guy.
1d10 plus 4. Okay, that's
Okay. So he hits.
okay. So
You're taking 5 points of piercing damage as the crossbow hits you. Oh, no, sorry. Apologies. This guy has an Atavian crossbow. Wrong damage characteristic. You're taking 17 points of piercing damage. Sorry.
well, I'm glad I second winded. I'm still up, but just barely. You chatted me.
Cool. Yeah, so that Atavian crossbow appears to hit with a lot more force than a regular heavy crossbow.
Ow.
Who was that shot him? South?
Directly south. You don't see him yet because you're kind of got to pop around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, that was Gondar. The bandit captain, you can hear kind of as blood drips out of his throat. The bandits, you see the bandit with the Atavian crossbow reload and fire again. Uh, 17 hit.
Just misses.
All right. You hear it, and then, and it comes flying at you. You kind of duck to the side. It kind of hits the wall near the cultist, and you can hear it skitter up the stairwell. It's got that much force behind it. The bandit with the torch is going to attack. 14 for the swing with the sword, and 5 with the torch. He's just swinging wildly at you, and you're very quickly just kind of catching it with the sword breaker. All right. Shambles.
I'm gonna get in front of Gondar. The passage leads south, right?
Yeah, but
That's where I saw the shot come from.
there's a guy there, so if you move into Gondar's space, you'll be able to see where you're going. You need to get the cultist out of the way.
Oh, okay. I thought the cultist was to his right for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll cut the cultist.
Okay.
20 to hit,
Hits.
6 piercing,
He's not dead.
and a good old kick of the ribs. 23 to hit,
Yep.
4 bludgeoning.
All right, you kick him. He flies back about 5 feet, hitting the ground, slamming with the blood from the first wound kind of just down. And you step into a space. There's a guy on the ground dead in the doorway next to you. Looks like the guy you slit the throat of as you try to run away. And then the cultist with the Atavian crossbow is just there.
At the bottom of that initiative, do you want me to do another death save for Varrock?
Yes, please.
2 fails. This is not looking good for my boy.
All right. Downstairs, we've got Leon. What do you want to do?
Can I get up the stairs, take a shot, and then hide down said stairs?
Well, now that the passageway's been opened up a bit, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, you can get to... Hold on a second. You can get to the space that Varric is bleeding in. Move you out onto
Mop it up.
Is he like dead?
I said he's bleeding in.
Nearly.
He's dead.
Very
But
close.
He's very close to death. If you want to take a shot, there's a guy technically adjacent to you here, so you can fire at disadvantage. I would allow for you to fire around the corner with him having a cover bonus to his AC, but you can try and shoot the guy that is around the corner here if you can see him.
I can't see him at all. I
Okay.
feel like that's
So just
unrealistic.
the guy in the corner there, or heal Varric.
I mean, I guess I'm using my last heal.
You could just try and stabilize him. You don't have to heal him.
Yeah, but I'm not too good at medicine or anything like that.
That's fair.
Funny enough.
Maybe let the magic do it then.
Yep, not my ideal thing to do, but there.
All right. Raya, you are prone downstairs. I'm gonna let Grok go first, though.
Yeah. So I'd like to walk over to the boxes that Eric and Spickle had set up and sort of try to go up against them with and make sure that no one can get past. There's a
Yep.
barricade.
You see, Eric is moving over to. At this point, has moved over to the bags. Is starting to throw them on as well. You hear voices, and you also hear the sounds of Arcana being cast on the other side. Nothing seems to be kind of distending through the boxes, the barricade that's been set up. But he looks to you, and then he looks to the wine barrels, and he says, "Do you think you can push that?"
I think I can.
He looks to Grog. Spickle, help him out. And Spickle will aid if you want to try and make a athletics check to move the wine things to block as well. Make
Yeah, 25.
the two of you, basically, you kind of lift up your side, and Spickle kind of like lifts up his side like a couch, and you're kind of moving these big sloshing barrels of wine, probably weighing somewhere around the neighborhood of like 400 pounds total for the whole kit and caboodle, and move the wood and such to that position and block it off. The two of you kind of look satisfied at each other, and Eric's like, perfect. I don't think they're going to get through, but blocks off our back entrance. Whoever they are, they won't come. Thank you. All right, and then Raya, you hear that going on. You're prone, standing up. You can move 15 feet either direction.
I'll head for the stairs.
5, 10, 15, 20. You'll be able to get to there. Yep, and then next turn, you'll be able to move up to the top. Okay. All right. Back upstairs to the fight fun. Cultist goes and dies more. Gondar. The one that...
Am I getting skipped?
I guess so. Where are you? Oh, you were downstairs. What were you doing downstairs?
I should be one step down from the top.
You said you went down. There was no one step to go because Gondar was in the way.
I said...
And I said...
Okay, I just said I stepped back
Right.
to get out of their way around the corner.
The reason why I put you downstairs is because... And I guess... Are you seeing yourself downstairs or no?
No, I can't see myself at all. That's why I was wondering if I was getting skipped or not. I didn't know what happened.
There we go.
There I am.
So the way it was before, the only step that was free was the very first step outside of the steps, not the one that I just pinged, because Gondar was there and there was a bunch of people in the way before that. There's now like 4 people upstairs, like blocking that whole, or 3 people upstairs blocking that whole nonsense out. So the square that you would have had to have gone if you were retreating is the one you're in right now. So past
Okay.
that point, if you want to move up, you can, or if you want to
Yeah,
stay
I'm
down.
going to move back up.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. Let me see if the space up upstairs is available. I think Leon's in it. Yeah, Leon's in it. So the same situation. You basically have the Raya moving into the one sweet spot behind Leon, and then Leon's right behind Gondar. There's no real movement.
Okay.
Unless you dash.
I'm a wizard. I'm not dashing.
Okay.
I'm going to just go ahead, first person I see, cast guidance on them, and then back.
Okay. Yeah, Raya. Bing.
Yeah.
All right. It'll go to Gondar. Sorry about that, Chody. I don't know how you got removed from the pool downstairs. And what would you like to do, Gondar?
I'm gonna end this guy's existence. Since
That's the guy that Shambles basically qualified as the one he doesn't want dead. But yeah, do what you want to do.
I don't mind.
Campbell's. Can I please kill this man so I
Yeah.
can make more space without getting stabbed?
Make him think of me while you do it.
Okay. Okay, let's see if I kill him first. 15 to 15 damage.
Yeah. Yeah, he dies. However you killed him.
I don't know. What do scarecrows do? I'll go
Stuff some straw in his mouth.
and then stab him.
What does scarecrows do?
Put that torch out.
And then yeah, I want to shimmy. This is just another office, right?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, I don't want to get hit by that crossbow again. That was
Well,
horrible.
No, sorry, not office. It looks like a kitchen.
Okay. Oh, wonderful.
Oh.
Great.
Snacks.
I'll move here, and then yeah, whenever it's Varric was going at the bottom of the initiative, so I'll just wait.
You ever Fusro Dodd in Skyrim, like a room that has a bunch of food on tables and then it flies all over the place? The Thunderwave effectively looks like it's done that with the tables. Like the food and knives and stuff and cutlery are kind of all over the floor because someone Thunderwave.
Is this Skyrim food? Can I just gnash a wheel of cheese and get some health back?
No.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. Okay, cool. Bandit with the Atavian crossbow will thunk and take a shot at this damn thing, very aware that his life is
Forfeit.
probably close to over.
Forfeit.
Crit! Nice, Sue.
No way.
So that's going to be 31 points of damage to Shambles.
I'm down.
You watch as the bolt not only hits him, but tears through him, pulling a bit of hay out that kind of like hits the air and like slows down as it starts to fall. And Shambles' body just kind of buckles, like a loose set of clothing, just to the
Like
ground.
that slow motion blood splatter in a movie, but it's just little pieces of hay flying out his back.
Some of them slightly toasted from before. Yeah. Shambles, it's your initiative, so you're going to death saving throw for me.
Okay. Where is it?
Oh, and sorry, Kevin, I forgot to have
14.
you roll initiative on this board. Could you do so for me?
Yep. Whopping 7.
Yep, good. That works perfect. You're up.
Hey, all right. Well, who can I see? Can I step in here safely?
Yeah, there's no. If it's got a red X on it, it's difficult terrain.
This guy.
He's got a crossbow, and he looks like he's now reloading it. It's one of those weird pneumatic ones from before.
Oh, shoot him with my bow right in the hand, yo. Fuck that reload. Oh, miss.
Yeah, that is a whiffer. All right, cool. Okay, so Varrock.
Can Varrock take an action?
Varrock is getting up, so he can take actions as if he was no longer dying. Yeah.
All right, so he'll spend half his movement to stand up, and then he can move 15. I think that just puts him here, and then he's an angry orc, so he can move a bonus action to move.
Aggressive. Yeah.
He'll be an angry orc, and then angry orc slash.
Go for it.
14 to hit,
Hits.
7 slashing.
Still standing. All right, Benson, you're able to free up space. I'm going to go ahead and move you into the map. 5, 10, 15 feet of movement will be wasted moving up to the space I'm about to put you in. There you go. So you still have 15 feet of movement from that position if you want to move around the corner. You can go 5 feet to Leon's space, 5 feet down to Shambles, take a shot from there, and then step to the left, or the left of the map to get out of his space, or the right, either way. But you can take a shot if you have something that you can fire with. That's you, Chody. You're muted, Chody.
I couldn't hear you. What did you say?
Sorry, so you can move 15 more feet from that position because you've moved up. You can move into Leon Square, then into Shambles Square. Take a shot from Shambles Square and move to the side if you want.
That's what I'll do with Chill Touch.
Okay, throw it.
22,
Hit, damage.
12.
You watch his body kind of like shrivel in and become very desiccant, and he falls to the ground, dead. That's it for the fighting upstairs, anyways. Removing all turns, clear, good. All right. Sorry. Downstairs, Raya, you are up the steps, moving up further, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make for the top of the stairs and draw my sword like I'm about to do something, see that everything's dead, and put it back away.
You get right behind Leon, who's at the top of the steps with his bow drawn. Oops, wrong one. And it looks like the room's kind of beyond. The hallway is kind of filled out with everybody else. Yeah. I think I just moved you off your map, Grok. I'm just throwing you back into it. Hold on.
No, that's okay. I was gonna follow everybody up as well.
Oh, no, you're not.
Oh no, I'm not.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so downstairs in the basement, you've set up all the boxes and everything, and you are kind of pressed against it and waiting. You can kind of tell that still some spellcasting happens. Then you hear some words spoken in Draconic. Do you speak Draconic?
No.
You recognize it as the tongue of the serpent, one that you do not understand, being a youngling as you are, and it sounds like they're moving out of that room. Okay.
It sounds like they are moving out of. What does that mean?
They're moving out of the room that's south of you, so it sounds like they're going back downstairs.
Okay.
Okay. then you and the others move to the top, right?
Yes, and I would tell the others what I heard.
Okay. They follow behind. Everybody should be on the same map now. Grok, I'll get you a token here in a second. But yeah, everybody else, what would you like to do in the moments thereafter, the fighting?
Get into the main room and then put all these chairs on the stairs.
I make a cheese sandwich. I am
Help the scarecrow.
very hurt.
Okay. There is a wheel of cheese, and there is a loaf of bread. This is an option that can be afforded, yes.
Nice.
Thank God. But yeah, someone should probably restuff that scarecrow.
I'm gonna look at the casters' bodies and see what I can find on them.
Oh, sorry, hold on. We have a dying character. I apologize. We need to
Yeah,
still go into turn.
Let me die.
We need to still go in turn sequence. I forgot. So Gondar is making a cheese sandwich. Leon?
Nice.
If I saw a scarecrow's dying, I'd probably try and do something about it.
Okay.
So
ahead.
far on the path of the healer.
You have two options. You can either make a medicine check, or you can make a, I think it's basket weaving? No, clothing maker tools
God.
check. If you have that, I'll allow that.
What about
Just you.
wood carver's tool?
No, there's no wood in that boy.
Damn it. Medicine of it.
It's important to know, though.
Oh, 18.
He's stable.
Hey,
You just stuff the straw back in, kind of close it and stitch it a little bit. He's fine. Okay, everybody's back on top. No death and dying currently going. You said you were trying to put the stairs in the stairwell behind you or up?
I think we should block people from coming up behind us better than we
Okay.
have if everybody's upstairs.
Start chucking stairs or chairs into there and blocking off the behind you.
I'm opening the idea. If anybody agrees with me, then we'll do it. But after everybody's up here, yay or nay? We've already blocked the door down there with barrels and stuff. So
I think that's
our exit's pretty well
yeah, I
blocked.
think that's sufficient. I'd say with a mouthful of bread. That's pretty good. That's good. That's a good idea.
Clapt says to Gondar, the sentinel said that he heard them leaving that place. I don't think they're going to come up behind us.
Oh, they're probably going to come from in front of us then.
We should probably press on so we can catch somebody at least a little bit under before they catch up to the rest of the group.
These are two like other doors, right?
Yeah, there's actually 3 doors to the south. When you enter into that room and everyone's kind of moving about, you notice that Eric moves over to the mantle and just kind of stares at it. It looks like he's kind of waiting for everyone else to move, but it looks like he's kind of staring at it with a familiar look. Spickle kind of hanging out. Clapped, doing whatever you tell him to. But yeah, there's 3 doors. One in the middle there, and then one there, and kind of a passageway over here.
I slump into a chair.
Okay.
Gunner, he looks like he's like holding his side, like he's pretty wounded, trying to keep save face. But yeah, he looks pretty messed up.
You notice Eric seems to be having a moment. Like, you don't know what's going on with Karen, but it does look like he's kind of, standing there by the big chair, has his hand on the back of it, and is kind of looking at the mantle and the fire going in it.
I will be checking out the casters' bodies to see if I can get any hits on what they were using or whatever they were doing.
They appear to be some sort of divine caster. It's very strange. The symbol that they have has a strange marking on it, a draconic rune. Do you speak draconic?
Not right now, but I'll pocket one.
It sounds like they're
for
kind of
later.
spending some time at it. If you want to make a religion check, I'll allow for that for free.
I'll do that. 22.
The symbol you recognize is the draconic rune for the letter A. It's a stylized letter A. It's a symbol of cultists who worship the dragon god, or rather, the dragon princess and demon princess, Ashmedea.
It's always Ashman.
But with that roll, you know that Ashmedea died 100 years ago. It was destroyed by the Grey Order. But you also know that Ashmedea can never return to the planes of mortals, but it can return to its own plane as its master after 100 years and 1 day.
So like tomorrow.
Man, yeah, tomorrow.
Well, you don't know if it's exactly 100 years ago that happened. Approximately 100 years ago.
With a 22? Come on.
Make
no,
a history check quick.
25 would have gotten you every single detail.
Oh, dang it.
But yeah, you're pretty sure that it's either in the window of the Return of the Dragon, or it's already passed, and that's why these people might be about.
I'm going to pocket one of them.
Sure. Just put symbol Ashmedea. Okay. Weighs about a pound. It's made out of bronze. All right. Let's see. Gondar sitting down. Varrock and Clapter are at the ready. Grok, anything you're doing?
No, not really. I'm just watching, especially down the stairs.
Okay. There's also an up the stairs, by the way. The well continues upwards. Raya, you were looking at that door, right?
Yep.
Pop it open inside. It's about a 15 by 15 ish chamber. There's a very large mechanism attached to chains that go into the walls, and a stool. It looks like there are a couple of arrow slits on the walls to the side when you enter in. It looks like there's one of these lighting devices, but it doesn't seem to be activated, that are on the walls that you've seen so far. But as you kind of move into that room where the arrow slits are, you recognize that you're entering into a space that's technically like connected to the outside. And as you kind of look at it, you realize that the portcullis that you're kind of looking out outside of the arrow slits is the one to the main entrance. You are now on ground level.
That portcullis is still closed.
Still, no, it's open actually.
I want to activate this to close it.
You hear a fuck from outside, a very loud, audible fuck from outside in the rain. And gain inspiration.
And then I want to break it.
Okay, and gain inspiration.
Yay.
Breaking it,
Jamming it, doing whatever I can.
jamming it. Give me a Thieves' Tools check. That makes sense.
$26.
You take the stool and put it like inside of the spiral wheel and kind of lodge it and then twist back on it. It breaks the portion of the stool, but it kind of locks it inside of it so that you think you could dig it out and ferret it out with a dagger later on, but it'll take a good long time to break out the pieces of wood that are now holding the spool from moving.
Yay, no reinforcements yet until they go around the corner to that open fucking wall.
So you broke it, but you broke it in a redeemable way. It's fixable.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and tell
Okay.
Gondar that.
Shambles, what are you doing?
Laying around, lounging,
All right, Leon. After
being unconscious.
after stuffing you back, Leon, what do you want to do? Everybody's eating sandwiches, breaking shit. What do you want to do?
I mean, shit, I'm not gonna eat some of this free food. We've been fighting hard, so I'll do that.
You also notice that there are a couple of bottles of wine on the far wall.
Oh my god, do I?
Yeah, they look like they're not.
Go.
They're not cheap either. They look like they're pretty fancy.
Oh my god.
Pour some into my chest cavity.
Brock is gonna head over there as well.
Around the room for a bag and start stuffing.
Okay. Anybody else want to check anything else out on this floor?
Wine.
Us, we're just sitting around here. I'll ask Eric what he's pondering.
Okay. He says, this fort, it's not the first time I've been here before. When I was a young lad, my father served here. It was during the ends of the Conglomerate War. The Civil War, some people call it, but truth be told, the Osirians were being manhandled by outside forces, people loyal to the dark god of sorcery and truth. It's nice to see it back. I still believe that the deeds to this place are under control of your current lord, the Kyrios of Mudis, but I know for a fact that I have some claimancy to it as well, based on my father's position here. If we make it out of this alive, Gondar, I'll see you in your honor bound to take it up, if you're willing to swear yourselves to the kingdom.
Yep, that was my original goal with taking this fort, so I'm glad you're on board.
Well,
The haberdashy is getting a little cramped with my new recruits, so this fort would do me well.
did the Curios already entitle it to you?
They did not, but if I figured if I liberated it, it would be a good sway to
He grins.
claim it.
He grins. Action over words. I like your style. I wish more people.
You know
were
it's
like
my
it.
way.
I wish more people were like it. Thank you. He goes over to the mantle. You see him kind of fidget with a brick on the side, kind of pull it out and kind of throw it away. He pulls out what appears to be a silver key, and he tosses it over to you. It's a skeleton key. Should open every door in this place.
Amazing. Thank you. This is, wow. This is amazing.
No problem.
All the ones that haven't been removed from their hinges so far.
Ryan comes back in and he says, do you tell everybody you stopped the portcullis from opening?
Yeah, I jammed it closed.
I think this is as defensible a position as any. I think I'll stay here with Spickle if you're continuing upwards. He takes a seat at the head of the table, and Spickle kind of comes in from out of nowhere with a bottle of wine and a bit of food, sits next to his lord, and kind of sets the bottle in between them.
Can we take a short rest here?
If you want to try and wait an hour, that's fine. But Spickle says, if you need Spickle to come, I can come.
I would very much appreciate to have Spickle's axe at my side. If your lord will give you leave.
He says, if you wish to leave some people down here with me as well, that would be fine. Otherwise, I'll keep Spickle remaining with me. The portcullis could be a permanent barrier for someone getting in, but I trust myself to Spickle's axe to the old gateways of this place.
I can leave my man Varrock. He's an old warrior, but he's reliable. But I'd like him to rest for a bit.
Sure.
He's seen quite a bit of battle so far.
Spickle will go with you then, and Varrock, you can stay with me. Spickle looks at the wine and the food and says, and grabs a bit of food and eats it. Should have kept my mouth.
There's time to eat Spickle. I think we're gonna try to take a spell.
Oh!
Are you guys like trading Pokemon right now? Just so I get this. Are you each like trading fucking.
Yeah, I want the fire type Spickle. He's red, so he's obviously a fire.
Hey Gondar, with this guy's intimate knowledge of this place, why don't you have him draw a rough map for us to follow?
I mean, that's a good idea. If we have an hour to kill him, he might be able to
If you're planning on
get
spending,
everything out.
if you're planning on spending,
If
an
he
hour-
knows secret keys are behind fake bricks, he probably knows all the rooms of this place.
I believe the next floor is the library. Half of the floor is the library. This flue goes up to it, to another fireplace. He's gesturing to the mantle. And the study, that's where my father would receive guests. I've only been in there once or twice. The floor above that is where the crew quartered. That's where I stayed when I stayed here. I never went above that floor because I was told that that's where the soldiers would sleep. I assume there's just more beds on the 4th floor. And the 5th floor, I was told, was a place where they kept prisoners of high repute. Anyone who wasn't set for the dungeons below. I never went onto the roof either, but I remember it being stationed with Octavian ballista, which are very potent.
How big is the flue and how many fireplaces are there?
I believe there's only a fireplace on the floor above, but the flue goes all the way up to the 4th floor outside, I think. About halfway up the tower. Maybe 2/3 up the tower. I know that there's small pipes that run off the top of the flue that allow for heat to enter into those high cells and to heat the top floors as well.
How big is the flue itself, though? Like, could we climb through it?
It's only about 5 feet wide and about 3 feet deep. So, like,
That's doable.
yeah, it's going to be a squeeze for anybody besides.
I mean,
Benson.
yeah, that's better than it being like 5x5 where you can't reach the other side.
But the fire the fire's currently going in the mantle place, and you presume that it's probably going upstairs as well.
The shambles is for. He puts out the fire.
Push him up a fireplace. Yeah, great idea.
Somebody's got to clean this thing.
So, as you're taking your short rest, and it sounds like you're trying to give it a go, I'm going to.
What was the door in the bottom right over there?
Let's see. If you go
The
to
opposite side of
the bottom right, there is. Go around to it if you want to. I'll show you it. It is actually 2 doors. The door there leads to, if I can select it, leads to the other side where the other murder hole slid to. Inside of this room, there are pikes on the wall. If you kind of come around, you can see there's a weapon rack. There are pikes. They are of ornate kind of nature. And they look kind of rusted around the blades, not terribly well used. And then you see that in the other chamber there is a shitter.
Cool.
If we're taking an hour, I'm going to pull out that book that I found and start trying to transfer spells that I find familiar.
You don't have ink.
Down on the paper. I don't have ink?
Yeah, you need magical ink to put stuff in your spellbook. It costs money as well. But if
You
that's
don't need for rest.
if that's the case, you are trying to. Are you trying to rest here, or are you trying to move forward?
Well, from the way
Who
I see
needs
it, Shambles does, Gondar does.
I got 21.
Gondar is at full health. Or not
Gondar?
Gondar. Grok is at full health. Sorry, Grok.
No, Grok is not a full health. Grok has 9 of 12.
Oh, okay.
If you guys don't want to rest, that's fine. But I will tell you right now that Gondar will not be fighting in the front anymore.
It's fine.
I am
Anybody that needs to
spent.
rest, go find a spot to rest. Anybody that doesn't, like myself, is going to take up the defensive positions.
Okay.
I don't want to
Portcullis is
put me in
closed,
a
so
place that's
circuit.
good to rest in.
Well, if that's the
Just come
case,
sit around the table.
you, Raya, whoever's taking the defensive positions near the stairs, you see a bit of light coming down from the steps as if someone's walking down the steps with a light. What would you like to do in response to that?
Ready in action to murder it if it's a bandit, and not murder it if it's the girl.
Eventually, a person comes down the steps, and it looks like a cultist holding nothing more than a candle in a candle holder. Do you kill him outright, or he looks like he's not drawn weapons or anything?
I would attempt to take his hand off
Okay.
if he's leading with the candle. You want to attack?
Yeah.
Crit. His
Yeah.
hand's gone.
His hand's clean off. He doesn't fall down and die outright, though. Well, actually, yep, your crit damage is wrong, so yeah, he does. You cut his hand off, he kind of, and just falls to the ground bleeding out.
Oops.
Some Monty Python shit.
Okay.
I'm going to just stay here because this apparently works really well.
That's where the human weakness is.
Alright. Yeah, it didn't look like he was hostile in any way. I mean, he probably was well aware of the fact that there was fighting going on downstairs. He just walked right into his own demise.
He's a cultist who worships a demon,
Exactly.
a demon princess, right? So
Well, I guess you're dressing like a bad
don't
guy.
feel bad about
Wearing
it.
their own colors.
Chose the
Yes.
wrong side. Yep.
I assure you, I don't feel bad about it.
No,
Yeah.
that's fine. That's fine. It's perfectly fine.
If you ain't worshiping Octavius,
I'm not-
you did
I'm not trying to make
in the
you
wrong
bad.
country.
I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I was just, I realized it's 7 to 5.
No, he
and I
was like,
I was-
good, feel bad about it. I'm like, no, I don't.
I was trying to come
Trust
to a
me.
good narrative, like end beat, but if that's the case, if you don't want it, that's fine. That's where we'll leave off the session. We'll pick up next time without me telling you what the thing was. The guy's hand bleeding.
That's
Cut
Cody's
this-
problem. It's a cultist.
Cut the episode, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and kill the stream. Thanks for watching if you were watching, and we'll pick up with dead hand cultist dying on the ground next session. All right, thanks for watching.